The right mix of Filipino-American news, features, song and dance, technology, along with practical tips on how to find the right car comes your way as Kababayan LA starts right now. You are watching America's first and only daily talk show for and about the Filipinos. My name is Janelle So, your Kababayan in Los Angeles, inviting all of you to please tune in on Friday. We have a very special Taiwan edition of Kababayan LA where we recap kung ano pong mga ginawa natin sa beautiful island of Formosa last May. A lot of shopping, a lot of food, and a lot of culture as well. So you'll learn more. Tune in on Friday. Also tomorrow, we're going to talk to a reluctant diva on Kababayan LA. But for now, for today, alamin po natin ang mga ginagawa ng ating mga kababayan para sa programa or palabas na tinatawag na Sayawit. We're going to be talking about that today on the show. Pero bago ang lahat, kamustahin po natin ang mga balita. Pinoy na Pinoy, Weekend Balita. Ronnie Ligo, Editor-in-Chief of Midweek and Weekend Balita. Hello and welcome to Kababayan LA.
Magandang hapon po sa iyo, Janelle, at sa lahat po ng mga nanonood ng Kababayan LA.
Alright, we started talking about this, I think last week, ang ating kababayang OFW in Hong Kong. There is a rule there that if you live in Hong Kong uninterrupted for 7 years, you can apply for your residency. Pero, excluded dito ang mga domestic helpers. Our kababayan is a domestic helper, but she's challenging this law and actually went on to apply for a permanent residency. Pero mukhang may sagot na ang Hong Kong government.
Oo, as far as Hong Kong government, sinasabi nila na they have the right to interpret or kung sino man i-deny nila sa ganitong klaseng immigration policy nila. However, of course, under the provisions of the sinasabi nilang mini-constitution, wala naman talaga yatang ganang provision. So ngayon, si Evangeline Banav-Vallejos, ang ating kababayan, she's been in Hong Kong since 1986, She's sa mga thousands of Mays na kababayan natin nagtatrabaho sa Hong Kong. She's challenging this policy at ito na nga, nagkaroon ng Hong Kong hearing at ang decision will come by the end of September.
Yes, pagkatapos ng pagdinig ng kasong ito, ang judge sa kaso ay nagsabi na he will study everything at end of September. Pero notwithstanding, meron din tayong iba pang mga kababayan that are also in the same predicament.
Oo, isang couple, Filipino at Filipina, mag-asawa at isa pang mother and son, ay their cases will be heard in October. Of course, that will become moot pagka sinabi ng judge na ito na hindi nga sila pwede mag-apply for residency, and we will find that out at the end of September itong taon na ito.
Okay, and still in Hong Kong, a first anniversary ng hostage tragedy na nangyari sa Pilipinas na ikinasawi ng buhay ng 8 turista na galing sa Hong Kong. Ronnie, what's the latest? Anong nangyayari ngayon sa anniversary? I know na may mga gusto yung mga pamilya ng mga biktima.
Oo, nagpunta sila sa Pilipinas. In fact, nagkaroon sila ng parang mga seremonyas doon. Mga nakaluhod sila at nagdadasal sila for their own relatives who were victims of this tragedy na nangyari noong August 23, 2010. Ang nangyari ngayon, si Presidente Benigno Aquino, he will be visiting China at of course, however, sinasabi niyang ito ay nangyari sa Pilipinas, sa Manila, itong trahedya na ito, hindi yata tama naman na mag-apologize ang buong bansa, ang buong nasyon, because of one act of one deranged man na si Rolando Mendoza noong panahon na yan.
Okay, Ronnie, let's backtrack a little bit for those that are not really fully familiar with this story. Ano bang hinihingi ng mga biktima? Kasama ba doon ang public apology ni President Noynoy Aquino?
That's true, aside from compensation na hinihingi nila, however, umuwi sila ng empty-handed, at yun nga, nabanggit ko, kasi nga, itong trahedya na ito is just one person, si Superintendent Rolando Mendoza, na kung saan hinolsis niya isang bus, na kung saan yung doon yung mga turista, nabanggit mo na nga, 8 ang nasawi dyan, ang gusto nila, aside from compensation, a public apology from the nation, from President Aquino, sinasabi niya, although we really regret what happened then, but I guess one act doesn't define the whole nation of the Philippines.
Exactly. At sinabi rin nga ni Pinoy, marami ring mga trahedya sa iba't ibang bansa, result ng action ng mga ilang tao. It doesn't mean na the whole nation is at fault, di ba?
Yeah, si Osama Bin Laden, Saudi national, pero Saudi Arabia was never asked to apologize for the whole of the United States.
Alright, and still on Pinoy, siya naman ay tutulak patungong China. Merong malaking investments, na halaga ng investments ang inaasahan ng government to get out of this.
Yeah, we're targeting $2 billion, ano, at $1.5 billion na nga yata rito with the B, no? Mukhang makukuha natin from this state visit na kung saan 13 cabinet members and about 250 businessmen will go to China despite an ongoing issue with the Sprat list. Alam naman natin, nagkakagulo tayo dyan. May mga local fishermen tayo na mukhang binabaril yata ng mga Chinese army or whatever, no? Or Navy dyan sa Sprat list. Pero ang pag-uusapan lang nila ay tungkol sa economic cooperation at walang issue yata na pag-uusapan dito sa Sprat list.
Okay, when we say $60 billion investment mula sa China ang inaasahan ng Philippine government, what kind of investments are this? What kind of technology, industry? Saan ba nag-i-invest ang China?
Oo, no, $2 billion, ano, $60 million sa mining daw, energy, information and tourism, no? At alam naman natin ang China ngayon kayang-kaya na nilang mamili. They have a big disposable income, kayang-kaya nilang mamasyal. Hopefully matarget natin tong mga turista na ito. Ngayon currently we have Koreans na dati mga Americans ang dati nating mga biggest rivals, pero ngayon Koreans, and now we're targeting also Chinese nationals. And also sa sports, foreign affairs at cultural development dito sa ating bayan. At yun na nga ang tinatarget natin, $2 billion sana ang makuha natin from China.
$2 billion. Alright, thank you so much, Ronnie, for that information. Alam ko mas marami pang balita sa inyong mga pahayagan.
Oo, no, midweek at weekend balita po hanggang San Francisco po tayo at Las Vegas, and of course dito sa Los Angeles, buong Southern California, at ang aming website po www.balita.com. Maraming salamat po sa inyo.
Alright, more power to you. That was Ronnie Ligo, Editor-in-Chief of Midweek and Weekend Balita. Don't forget to check out the website www.balita.com. Mas marami pa pong balita mula naman sa Kababayan LA. Don't go away.